Hi lovely, and welcome to the Witch's Cookery. Today I would like to share some magical ideas with you on how you, as a new or experienced kitchen witch, can work with lunar energies. Lunar magic or moon magic refers to the practice of harnessing the energy or using the symbolism of the cyclical changing moon to enhance spiritual work, rituals, spellcasting, or your life in general. Throughout history and across various cultures, the sympathetic magic or meaning of the moon has been used by people to feel a deeper connection with the natural rhythms. And if you now open your granny's old farmer's almanac, you'll find 1,001 alleged influences that the moon has on baking, cooking, canning, brewing, fermenting, harvesting, planting, eating, dieting, losing, or gaining weight. It might advise planting crops that grow above the ground during the waxing moon and root crops during the waning moon, while preserving and fermenting foods around the full moon, successful baking during the waxing moon, and long-term food storage during the waning moon. Depending on how detailed it is, it will also go into the signs the moon is in and whether that means that it is a leaf, root, fruit, or flower day. Therefore, which body parts it will affect, adding an additional level to what should be witched up and consumed in the kitchen. And if you're now confused, take my Lunar Living online group workshop. But moving on from the shameless plug, for those who like to keep it a bit easier to digest, here is how. Because working with the moon doesn't have to be an entire science in itself, you can keep it as simple or make it as complex as you like. If you're now a firm believer in the moon actually having some sort of physical power and energy, or if you rather see it as a tool for reflection and to work on certain topics in your life in a cyclical nature, doesn't really matter, as lunar-based kitchen witchery works for both. You can begin by simply noticing the moon's phase each day and letting it guide your kitchen activities. Whether it's choosing certain ingredients, timing when to start a batch of herbal infusion, or even deciding when to share a meal with others. Over time, this practice will deepen your connection to the lunar rhythms, help add a layer of mystical significance to your mundane kitchen activities, and enhance mindfulness regarding food. But let's get into the hows and whys. The new moon is a time for new beginnings and setting intentions. In the kitchen, this is a perfect phase to start fresh, perhaps by cleaning your pantry, organizing your herbs and spices, or beginning a new recipe or food-related project. You could also use the day to restock your fridge with healthy ingredients. Should you be working on your wellness and nutrition, you can create dishes that symbolize renewal and new beginnings, such as foods rich in seeds, sprouts, young greens, or anything that represents growth and potential. As you prepare your meals, infuse them with your intentions for the coming lunar cycle, visualizing the new opportunities you wish to manifest. Personally, I love to use the new moon as a preparation day for the 2 following weeks of the waxing moon phase. I use the waxing moon phase for anything growth related, working on myself, on new projects, ideas, or passions. I do have a goal in mind towards which I strive and for which I have set my intentions at the new moon. When the new moon day arises, I like to prepare something edible or drinkable that I can consume during the 2 weeks, so it aids me in my pursuit. For example, a herbal salt, floral sugar, or tea blend, infused with not only my visions and wishes, but also with herbs and spices which in their medicinal or magical correspondence might be beneficial to said project. This past waxing phase, I was very busy with planning and organizing a completely new project, hosting witchcraft retreats in the US, which, by the way, I launched on the past full moon as a completion. In order to support myself through this with a bit of kitchen witchery, I witched up a chai blend designed for courage, strength, endurance, and bravery. Using dried black leaf tea, roasted spices such as cinnamon for luck and success, cardamom to boost morale, ginger for strength, a sprinkle of rosemary for mental clarity, and cashews for prosperity and monetary success. I then used this tea blend every day until the full moon while I worked on my project. If you want to witch in the kitchen during the waxing moon phase, I recommend focusing on recipes that nourish and build energy to aid your manifestation and growth. These might be recipes directly related to your chosen project or intentions set at a new moon, or in general nourishing foods like hearty soups, stews, or nutrient-dense meals. Whole grains, legumes, and root vegetables might also seem ideal during the waxing moon as they provide sustained energy and strength. This is a great time to add ingredients known for their magical properties related to abundance and prosperity, such as cinnamon, honey, or grains. And as you cook, focus on what you want to grow in your life, stirring your intentions into the pot as the moon energies build. The waxing moon is also a great time to start new culinary projects, such as fermenting, brewing, or planting herbs. And according to Granny's Almanac, now is the time where your dough will rise perfectly, so baking projects might be extra blessed. Personally, I've not necessarily found this to be true, but hey, why not give it a whirl? The full moon is a time of peak energy, ideal for celebrating abundance and bringing projects to completion. In the kitchen, this is a phase that's perfect for creating elaborate celebratory meals that honor the fullness of life. You could use ingredients that symbolize abundance, like fruit, rich spices, or luxurious items like chocolate and wine. This phase is ideal for feasting, sharing meals with loved ones, and enjoying the fruits of your labor, both literally and metaphorically. I personally have a little kitchen witch full moon ritual. I typically use the day to bake something round, to mirror the shapeness of the moon, but also to symbolize fullness, abundance, and completion. Oftentimes this will be a cake, sweet or hearty pie, or quiche, and all these dishes are also ideal to be shared with company to make it a little full moon party. As I work very closely with seasonal energies and incorporate this into my kitchen witchery too, I like to mirror the abundance of nature at that specific full moon in my cooking. What does that mean? Well, I simply take ingredients that are in season that month and witch them up into something delicious. Now during late summer, that might mean damson streusel, peach crumble, berry galette, or a tomato and courgette quiche. In fall, we might eat pumpkin pie, mushroom and sage quiche, and apple cobbler. Buttery shepherd's pie in winter and spring. I consider the full moon also a great time for preserving fruits, vegetables, and herbs through canning or drying to preserve the energies of abundance and fullness to be enjoyed throughout the year. The waning moon, on the other hand, I consider a good time for finishing and storing food that needs to be protected from spoilage. As the moon begins to wane, its energies shift towards releasing and letting go. In the kitchen, this is a time for simplifying meals and focusing on cleansing and detoxifying recipes. You might consider using purifying ingredients like sage, garlic, salt, or lemon in your cooking to help clear away any stagnant energy. This phase is also ideal for banishing spells, such as making a broth or tea intended to remove negativity or obstacles from your life. As you prepare and consume these foods, visualize releasing what no longer serves you. And for the same purpose, you can also use kitchen witch activities like cutting, chopping, or washing of ingredients with intentions of parting with something or someone. More about this in my kitchen witch video from 1,000 years ago, but I shall link it for you. During the waning moon, I find myself trying a little harder to stick to my intermittent fasting window. One dish that helps me to push through, and a little disclaimer here, this might now sound a tad gross if you're not used to it or you eat a vegan or vegetarian diet, is a spiced bone broth latte. I linked your recipe down below, but it really keeps you full, gives you energy, and the collagen can provide your skin with a healthy, youthful glow. Before modern telescopes were invented, the dark moon originally referred to the new moon, a time where the moon is invisible to the naked eye. Today, mainly in spiritual circles, it describes the day or two before the new moon, a period ideal for deep introspection and rest. During this phase, many lunar-attuned kitchen witches opt for simplicity in the kitchen, fasting, preparing light broths, or consuming easily digestible food. It's also an ideal time for brewing teas like lavender or chamomile, which promote rest, or infusions said to aid in reflection and introspection, like mugwort tea. This quiet time is perfect for meditating on the past lunar cycle and preparing for the new beginnings the new moon will bring. And why not do this over a cozy, steaming hot cup of magic-infused tea? Personally, I often fast for 24 to 48 hours during the dark moon to give my digestion a break, gain mental clarity and focus on my thoughts. And there are quite a number of medicinal benefits to a 24-hour fast too. Did you know that it can enhance metabolic health by improving insulin sensitivity and promote fat burning? It also supports cellular repair through autophagy, potentially reducing inflammation and promoting longevity. If you don't have any underlying health conditions that would make fasting unsuitable, consider giving it a try during the next dark moon. If you're not a fasting fan, why not use the dark moon to use up all the leftovers in your fridge and clean it, so you can restock it at the new moon for healthy new beginnings. And that is all my wisdom for today. I hope you found this video helpful or inspiring in any way. If you want to learn more about Lunar Magic, don't forget to check out my online group workshop, Lunar Living. I wish you a most magical day.